Here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the Guru Parampara of the Vedaranyam and Panchanadikulam. In the year 2015, on the 13th of January, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu pontiffs. In the same year, in July, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was also coronated as the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharma Mukti Swargapuram Adinam. On the 14th September 2015, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Adipita Kolavamat. In the year 2017, on the 28th of June, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism became the reviver of Suryavamshi Chola Samrajya. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism giving the mass living enlightenment initiations all across the globe. Here we have glimpses of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting mass living enlightenment initiations in the year 2005, in the year 2010, and these are just glimpses of the various conventions and webinars, sessions, meditation programs which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted all including North America, Canada, Europe, and parts of Asia as well. During the Kumbh Mela festival, one of the world's largest festivals celebrated, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiated thousands and thousands of people into the Living Enlightenment initiation to all those who came to Kumbh Mela and visited the camp of Kailasa. In both the Nasik Kumbh Mela in 2015 and the Ujjain Kumbh Mela in 2016. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the founder of United States of Kailasa. The purpose of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on planet Earth is to bring back the timeless Hindu Sanatana Dharma through the establishment of Sri Kailasa, a Hindu nation focused on safeguarding and reviving Hinduism, the world's oldest, peaceful and enduring representation of harmonious coexistence. Kailasa is the first nation for Hindus and is the macrocosmic, ancient Hindu enlightened civilizational nation, whose vision is living enlightenment for all of humanity. Kailasa's mission is to revive and share the practical applications of Hinduism's greater sciences, including Hindu cosmic physics, alchemy, cosmology, biology, mathematics, power manifestation, as revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. These sciences were once freely practiced in the 56 nations across the continent, but are now endangered due to the persecution which has been taking place for over a millennium. Here we can see the recognition of the United States of Kailasa at the United Nations Forum. Kailasa, the first nation of Hindus led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, spoke on behalf of the 2 billion global Hindu diaspora at the 14th session of the United Nations Forum on minority issues. A significant milestone in the history of Hindus and the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa happened on December 2nd, 2021. His Excellency Sri Nitya Moksha Priyananda, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Kailasa, represented the persecution of Hindus at the 14th session of the United Nations Forum on Minority Issues. The theme of the forum was conflict prevention and the protection of the human rights of minorities. This was the first time the plights of persecuted Hindu minorities was represented in the United Nations. The ongoing, systematic and generational attacks on Hindus, indigenous religions, traditions were highlighted as a part of this meeting. We are now looking at Sri Kailasa's Uniting Nations initiatives, where Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations has initiated 108 different projects, initiatives to support humanitarian services for an enlightened, peaceful, sustainable, equitable, resilient, and thriving world. One of the projects which we're going to be looking at is the No Hungry Home project offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for nutritious food and a hunger-free world. Over the past 27 years, Kailasa has served more than 1 billion meals. Kailasa has organized over 3 million monthly annadans for the past 27 years, serving up to 1 billion meals in total. Up to 10,000 meals are served for free on a daily basis, and this number goes up to 100,000 on festival days. These meals are served free to one and all without discrimination. And as you can see here in the photos, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself is involved actively in serving and giving the Annadan to the thousands and thousands of disciples, devotees, followers, pilgrims who have come for the Annadan service. Next, we have offerings by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for education reform and development in the form of the Nithyananda Hindu University and the Nithyananda Gurukul. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established Nithyananda Hindu University, which is the world's largest Hindu university with more than 20 million enrollments, 7,000 free courses and extended campuses in more than 150 countries. The Nithyananda Gurukul was established and inaugurated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the 2nd of October 2006. It is for the revival of the ancient Adi Shaivite Guru-disciple education system, which is an authentic knowledge transmission system based on enlightenment. Here we can see the Nithyananda Jnanalaya project offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for the protection of Hindu scriptures. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the Nithyananda Hindu Jnanalaya project with over 1 million Hindu scriptures, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and more than 20 million digital books. The other offerings by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for the protection of Hindu scriptures is the Hinduism PDF project. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has collected more than 15 terabyte of digital books, rare manuscripts from all the 19 serving epitams, ancient mutts, ashrams, and the collection includes more than 1 billion pages on Hinduism, 22,000 digital books, and more than 1,000 e-textbooks, and over 100,000 articles on various topics of Hinduism. Not only that, but the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself has authored more than 1,000 books in 3 different languages, which have been translated in over 50 other different languages, as well as published more than 10,000 articles and has given 10,000 hours of free discourses with a combined views of more than 1 billion, freely available for all on YouTube and other social media platforms. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is respected as the only commentator of the Prasthana Trayi, which are the Brahma Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, and the Upanishads of Hinduism. Next, we have Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations offering of global peace and religious harmony in the form of confluences for world peace. In the year 2009, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized a 1,000-kilometer month-long peace walk through 1,000 villages to promote unity, feeling connection, and oneness among people. Not only that, but every village which was visited as part of the peace walk, free medical health camps were conducted as part of the journey, as part of the confluences for world peace. Here we can see the women empowerment programs offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for feminine empowerment and gender equality. Kailasa's Yogini Serving Epitom aims to improve quality of life by promoting Vedic and Agamic life solutions for rural and indigenous women, addressing issues of gender stereotyping, violence, and unequal learning opportunities. Here, some of the other initiatives of women empowerment programs offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations is the Kailasa's Nithyananda Lakshmi, which is a microfinancing service, Kailasa's Women Foundation and Women Empowerment Self-Help Centers launched in 108 places around the world since its initiation in 2009. We also have Kailasa's Ankita program, which is a service for financial literacy and establishments in various infrastructural and financial environments, as well as Kailasa's Ashraya program. Here we can see the COVID care protection and preventive care centers offered by Kailasa, Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for affordable and holistic health care. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, seeing the plight and the insecurity, the anxiety, and the fear the whole world was suffering during the COVID 19 pandemic. It was only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who provided a safe haven for everyone who was suffering and going through tough times during the worldwide pandemic. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism converted the facilities in his monasteries into a multi-layer quarantine facility open free to all people regardless in differences of age, gender, caste, creed, ethnicity, color, and social economic status. All facilities, including food, water, shelter, internet, and free medical service, was provided free for an indefinite amount of time to all who came and took refuge in the COVID care centers. More than 30 million citizens followed Kailasa's 28-day spiritual regimen in the year 2020. Next, we have the Nithyananda Yoga, offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for yoga. The Nithyananda Kriyas are one of the first offerings the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave to all of humanity, which are 108 scientifically validated Kriyas, a combination of ancient yoga, meditation, and pranayama techniques. These are aimed to provide holistic health and wellness to individuals and have been validated through scientific research and studies and have been shown to heal multiple diseases and disorders. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also revived the ancient fields of yoga such as the Shivastamba Yoga and Kundalini Rajju Yoga. The Shivastamba Yoga and Kundalini Rajju Yoga are two forms revived by the Supreme Postures, weight balancing techniques, and to align the body with the cosmic geometry and manifest superconscious powers. Not only that, but the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also received 2 Guinness World Records in the form of the largest Shivastamba Yoga, which is the pole yoga, and largest Kundalini Rajju Yoga, rope yoga classes, bringing worldwide recognition to these unique forms of yoga. Here we can see Kailasa's Ishanya project, which is one of the major and important projects of Kailasa. Kailasa's Ishanya project is the Cycling for Poverty Eradication and Sustainable Environments. Kailasa provides humanitarian assistance through the networks of ecosystems around the world as an effort to provide the basic needs for all the 8 billion people on this planet. Kailasa, being the largest distributor of free food material, have also continued efforts in providing free meals, shipping out donated clothes and medical supplies and other resources to other countries across the globe. You can see here the last 27 years Kailasa has built a network of ethnicities and partnerships in 140 countries around the world, leveraging the networks to collect clothing, medical supplies, equipment and food materials, and transporting and distributing it to countries and regions in need. All the transportation and distribution expenses were sponsored by Kailasa. Here we can see Kailasa's digital media initiatives, where a combined of over 1 billion lives have been enriched worldwide through Kailasa's digital media. Kailasa's digital media includes 11,514 digital media assets, 53 social media and web platforms in 108 languages and 120 regions across the globe. These platforms include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, Medium, Pinterest, and many, many more. Here we have Kailasa's Google project, which is a Hindu-centric online ecosystem aiming to cater to all the needs of Hindus around the world. This platform has been designed and built to address the needs of the entire worldwide Hindu community, established and started by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. In the further slides, you can also see glimpses of the Google project, various photos and glimpses of the social media project. We have Google Click, Google Photos, and Google Qker. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also opened up Kailasa digitally to the whole world in the form of e-citizen. to become an e-citizen of Kailasa, where if Kailasa cannot come to you, if you cannot come to Kailasa, Kailasa will come to you. For all those to experience and have the benefit of Kailasa free of any charges. All the services of Kailasa is made available online, free of cost, by the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism for the whole world to experience Kailasa from wherever they are. The Supreme Pandava of Hinduism is the establisher of more than 1,000 enlightenment ecosystems of Kailasa, as well as the founder and reviver of more than 100 Sarvijñapithams across the globe. Here we have the various torture and murder attempts by the state and non-state actors. The Supreme Pandava of Hinduism has faced intense legal persecution with over 100 false legal cases being filed against him. The persecution has also been carried out through various government mechanisms such as the media, the police, and judiciary, all of which are controlled by politicians. Furthermore, social media has been used to incite mob violence against the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism. Over 70 assassination attempts and physical assaults have been made on the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism, both in India and abroad. Not only that, but the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism has also faced very other incidences such as 40 incidences of attacks on community members, destruction of monasteries and temples have also been reported, as well as more than 60 cases of attacks of molestation and rape of women and female monks. But despite all of this, despite all the illegal persecution faced by the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism, the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism remains steadfast in his mission to establish Sri Kailasa, a Hindu nation dedicated to preserving and reviving Hinduism as the world's oldest, peaceful, and long-lasting model of harmonious coexistence. The Supreme Pandava of Hinduism has also been recognized as one of the top 100 most spiritually influential people alive by Watkins' Mind, Body, Spirit magazine. The Supreme Pandava of Hinduism is a highly acclaimed and internationally recognized leader with numerous awards from various cities, from various educational institutions, from various universities, as well as from various record company keepers. Here you can see the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism receiving multiple awards from the Asia Book of Records, awarded the most number of hours of discourses by a single individual, has been awarded the most number of books authored by a single individual, and has also been awarded the maximum number of traditional asanas to be performed in 108 minutes, as well as other awards and recognitions of the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism. And so now with this, we're going to be entering into the next segment of today's program. While we have gone over the various establishments, the various contributions the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism has given for the whole of humanity and has done for the revival of Hinduism, we're going to be covering another major important contribution by the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism to all of us, and that is the power manifestation science. The power manifestation science is one of the most powerful sciences which directly raises the superconscious energy of an individual. In this segment, we're going to be learning the scriptural references for the power manifestation science, as well as a live demonstration of the powers of third eye and the power of consciousness over matter. So please stay tuned. We're going to be having an exciting Bhava Samadhi Darshan, as well as a process to help you directly to complete with your mold manifestation patterns, with all the problems you have in your relationships, in love, and in wealth. So please stay tuned and get ready for an exciting event today. Also, please take the opportunity to give this wonderful experience to all the other people in your life, all the other people in your family and social circles. give this opportunity, allow them to experience this great and fantastic Bhava Darshan of Lord Venkateshwara by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So now, as we enter into the break, please take a few moments to share this exciting news and share this video with all of your friends and family. Stay tuned, we'll be back with you shortly. A more intelligently connected world leads to a brighter future. An enlightened humanity leads to a better world. During the Paramashivam program, we help people to discover their superhuman possibilities and help them to find and achieve the true purpose of their birth by giving them the techniques, practices, and methodologies from the Vedagamas, the original source scriptures of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the ancient original Vedas and Agamas in all its glory, in a user-friendly way for the modern mind. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is transforming human beings into divine beings, reviving, initiating, and replicating the 463 powers from the Agamas revealed by Paramashivam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is not just giving solutions for every problem man faces, but is making them irrelevant to their lives by transforming human beings into divine beings.
Listen. Any argument presented by your mind, body, your present reality to establish you are not Paramashiva, you are not omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Anything presented to prove you are not Paramashiva is illegitimate. Decide this. This is super determinism. Understand? Anything you declare as illegitimate will lose power over you, will die in few days, few minutes, maybe in few weeks, whatever few days it takes. It will not have power over you. Understand, this is the method for sudden enlightenment. This is the method for sudden enlightenment. It happens by the Shaktipada. Here Paramashiva is sitting to tell you all, you are Paramashiva, you are me, with Shaktipada and Shaktinipada.
Is an extensive and thorough yoga sequence to prepare your body to receive the experience being given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Through the yoga, which is aligned as per the source scriptures laid down by Paramashiva and the Agamas, you break all the impossibility in your body and vision of impossibility. The program leads you to go beyond your human frame and limiting human ideas, which prevents you from living your highest possibility.
I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment.
Again I tell you, I am not here to prove I am God, I am here to prove you are God.
Don't wait to become divine. Register now at paramashivoham.org. Yes, Nithyananda, and welcome back to all the viewers watching us on our social media platforms and various other places to this wonderful and powerful session about manifesting the Shaktis of Paramashiva. This session, we're going to be having a beautiful um, guided understanding about how the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest in our life. Now, let's enter into this beautiful journey to learn the deeper sciences of the science of power manifestation. So first, let's see the source of the powers, how these powers manifest. So in the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism,
Bhagavan Paramashiva elaborates in detail that every human is hardwired to manifest the 463 Shaktis of Paramashiva. Manifesting Shaktis are described in a systematic method as a systematic method and science for humans to manifest the various possibilities and powers in their life. The Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are Paramashiva and not the cognition that you are a human and you need to reach Paramashiva. So now let's see the difference between the Shaktis and the Siddhis. You might have heard various people who might be sitting in like the Himalayas, various sages, like various yogis who sit in the Himalayas who manifest powers like if they touch something it will change into a different color or those kind of things you might have seen various people doing. But those come from the penance, which are the siddhis. Now here we have the shaktis. These shaktis manifest after the initiation of an enlightened master or an incarnation. The shaktis always move us towards enlightenment because we are manifesting the shaktis from the space of enlightenment. The siddhis, on the other hand, manifest only after tapas of long years. Like if you have seen them, they would have told you that they have been doing it for 12 years. They took to manifest just a small siddhi of either making some smell happen in their hands or those kind of small siddhis, which is just a show and it doesn't help humanity at large. Then the other differences between the siddhis and the shaktis are the shaktis manifest always for the purpose of helping humanity because it happens from the space of Paramashiva. The siddhis, on the other hand, divert us from the path of enlightenment and they are not permanent. So now as we have understood the difference between the shaktis and the siddhis, let's see how these shaktis are validated. Here we have the pramanas, the four different validification processes, four different filters that the Shaktis have to go through before they are considered a Shakti. First, we have the Shastra Pramana, which is the source scriptures of Sanatana Dharma, of Hinduism. These scriptures are like the Vedas, the Agamas, and the other Tantras and Upagamas, and the other Vedangas. All of these together are the source scriptures of Hinduism. Then we have the Apta Pramana, which is the experiences of various rishis, enlightened masters, incarnations, and other beings from the 14 lokas. How they have manifested this Shakti to show the humanity that these Shaktis are possible for you and you can also manifest. The various ways they have shown humanity this science. Then we have the Atma Pramana, which is the experiences of the Supreme Founder of Hinduism. Not only its experiences, but its validified experiences, in the sense, whenever he had an experience, he made sure that it is in alignment with the Shastra Pramana and the Apta Pramana and then shares it to us as his Atma Pramana. Then we have the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the scientific study on the Shaktis, what science has understood from the manifestation of Shaktis. Now let's see the source of the script of the Shaktis. From where do these Shaktis manifest? And the answer is Paramashiva. The Shaktis manifest from the space of Paramashiva. When Paramashiva, who is the all-inclusive, ultimate divinity, he is self-effulgent, all-pervading, beyond time, beyond space, and he is the source of the manifest and the unmanifest. He manifests the 5 different actions through which these whole cosmos that we know, the whole of existence that we know is created. because he became the existence. So it is from that space of oneness with Paramashiva these Shaktis manifest. Now let us see the ultimate truth about how Shaktis manifest through anyone. When a powerful cognition is mapped, is understood, is digested, is cognized by a human, by anyone, that manifests through them as powers and possibilities, which is the prajnana. Now let's see each of the pramanas, each of the four pramanas, and see the detailed description of each of the pramanas. So here we have the Shastra Pramana, which is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, a scripture that was directly revealed by Paramashiva to Paramashiva Shakti, Parvati. Here we have the 34th verse of the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, where Paramashiva reveals about the signs of the third eye, how the Shakti of third eye manifests. So we'll be reading the Shastra Pramana now. Kapalantarmanonyasa tishtannmilitalochanaha kramena manasodhadyat lakshayed lakshyamuttamam. The meaning of this verse is, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes in succession to the third eye, one has the vision of the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, and has the sight beyond the physical eyes and is able to see any object or place, and that yogi is in oneness with Paramashiva. So here we can see the beautiful Shastra Pramana where Paramashiva reveals a detailed step-by-step procedure of how the Shakti of the third eye manifests. Now we'll see here how the initiation of a third eye has happened in the past and how the science of third eye has been found in Mahabharata. So if we see the story, it goes as Arjuna had asked Bhagavan Sri Krishna that Arjuna wanted to see the cosmic form, the Vishwarupa Darshana of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And at that time, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, gives this initiation to Arjuna. So in the 11th chapter, we have the 8th verse where exactly this initiation Krishna says to Arjuna, "You cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I initiate you into the science of the third eye. Behold my cosmic form." So after this initiation, Arjuna is able to see the cosmic form of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and elaborately sings it in a beautiful meter, and that consists, the whole of that happens in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Now let's see the Atma Pramana of the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism. How the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism has experienced this power in his own life. Here we have the exact words which has been taken from the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism, where he explains his own words. He says, "My first experience, I was able to see everything above me, around me, below me, the whole 360 degrees in 10 directions. Not only I was able to see, but I realized I was able to feel and experience everything around me." So here we have the beautiful experience of the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism, where he shares to us the signs of how he experienced this power. And not only that he shares it, we can also see that it is in tune with the Shastra Pramana. Now next let's see the Pratyaksha Pramana. The study on the Supreme Point of Hinduism directly reveals the existence of the third eye. When the Supreme Point of Hinduism in 2004 had undergone a study, the positron emission tomography test, where the energy of the brain is measured, and when the monitor had shown to the scientists, they were shocked to see that in the middle of the frontal lobe of the brain, exactly where the third eye is depicted on various pictures of Shiva, exactly at that point the supreme point of Hinduism's brain had lit up in a very significant way, and that has this same results has been replicated in all the balasans and yogis who have also manifested this Shakti. Here we see the validity of the signs of the third eye and the existence of the third eye. Now let's see about one of the powers that manifests from the space of the third eye, which is the power of the consciousness over matter. So this also has been taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, where Paramashiva reveals to Paramashiva Shakti about the science of consciousness over matter. Let's now read the Shastra Pramana. क्वचिद् वस्तुनि विन्यस्य शनैः दृष्टिं निवर्तयेत् तज्ज्ञानं चित्तसहितं देवी शून्यालयो भवेत्. Beautifully, in this verse, Paramashiva says that by fixing the eyes on a particular object, one should slowly withdraw the sight as well as slowly eliminate the knowledge along with the thoughts and impressions of that object. Then, O Devi, one abides in Shunya, the state of all inclusivity and ultimate oneness. So here we can see how Paramashiva gives us a detailed step-by-step understanding about how the science of power manifestation works. And that energy is also in the same space of oneness, is in the same field of Paramashiva. And when we connect with Paramashiva, not only we are able to move a small matter in our hand, we can actually move the whole reality the way we want and create the life that we want. And that is actually the science behind the power of consciousness over matter. So now let's just have a glimpse where we can see physically and immediately the effect of consciousness over matter through a small demonstration of the Shaktis of Paramashiva. So now I'll be manifesting the power of consciousness over matter. So here we can see in the close-up camera my Atmalinga. The Atmalinga is a linga made of a crystalline material. It is something like the quartz. And when this Atmalinga is energized by the supreme point of Hinduism, it becomes the direct representation of Paramashiva. And here we also have a tissue paper, which I'll be showing you shortly how using this we will be making sure that there are no strings tied to the Atmalinga and there's nothing external which can be used to make the Atmalinga move. So now I'm just folding this tissue paper nicely, and now I'll just be placing my hand. So you can see that I have placed my hand on this flat surface. This is just a little soft material which is there under my hand, so that the Atmalinga, even when it falls, it is not damaged. Now I will be, as I'm placing my hand, I will be just circling the Atmalinga with this tissue paper and showing to you. Now you can see that there's no movement which is happening in the Atmalinga even when I am moving this tissue paper around. I'm moving it above and in the sides. There's no movement happening even when the Atmalinga is being circled with this tissue paper. So with this we can validate and confirm that there is no external object that is being used to control or being used to lift or move the Atmalinga. So now I will be connecting with Paramashiva and we will be seeing the manifestation happening. But not only I manifesting, but this time is best for you to also manifest. All the viewers who are watching us live on our social media platforms, I invite you now to manifest this Shakti along with me. Because as we know, science has science of entanglement and they have validated it through various experiments conducted in the topmost researches. Like for example, we know the twin photon experiment, which shows that without a light, without a second gap, without a millisecond, microsecond gap, faster than the speed of light, when a photon is moved or is disturbed at a distance of 14 kilometers, the same proton which is entangled with the other proton is also able to experience that disturbance. So this twin photon experiment shows us the signs of entanglement and shows us that when we are in oneness, we are all connected to the same field. Even when we are not, we are connected, but that entanglement can be solidified and strengthened when we physically involved in that action. So now, from that space, we will all be manifesting this Shakti of Paramashiva. Not only we are going to be manifesting this consciousness over matter, but you can also take this time to create the reality that you want, to create a space for whatever manifestation that you want in your life to happen. If you have seen past so many days we have been manifesting the power of consciousness over matter, is to create the space for you viewers who are watching us every day on the social media platforms to create the reality that you want. Because it's not just the demonstration of Shaktis, it is the time that Paramashiva is giving you this golden opportunity to actually create your reality. So now let's enter into the manifestation. I will be chanting the Mahavakya and all of you can also chant along and let us enter the manifestation. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 So we saw how the Atmalinga had stood and also had fallen on the other side also. So this is just a small manifestation of the Shaktis of Paramashiva. When Paramashiva flows through you, not only these small Shaktis manifest in the small way, it can happen in the biggest way of creating any reality, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's relationship, whether it's a business. Anything that you want in your life can be manifested from this space. And even science has now understood that when you connect with a higher space of consciousness, when your brain waves are elevated to a higher state of consciousness, they can create a reality which you want. Because every single moment, our heart has been researched, and every single moment, our heart is radiating a magnetic field. And when our heart is in oneness with the brain and there's a coherence happening in our body, at that time we become one with Paramashiva. And that happens automatically. Our heart radiates a magnetic field that tells the cosmos that you are in the space of receiving. And when you are ready, the cosmos is eternally granting everything that you ask. And when you ask from that space, Paramashiva flows through you. And that is this exact process that we learn in the Mahaparamashivaham program. Paramashiva, the supreme point of Hinduism, directly is guiding each one participant into the science of awakening the Paramashivatva, the space of enlightenment in each one of you. It's not that you need to become an ascetic or you need to take sannyas, but Paramashiva has come down to the level to give every single common man this set of powers to create a new future for you and to be freed from all the suffering, all the bondages that you're having. So now I also invite all the viewers to create the intention. It is not that, oh, there's only 2 more days for Mahaparamashivoham. How will I be able to register? There's only few more days. But how will I be able to register and manifest the wealth or the time? Paramashiva manifests through you in the most unknowing ways that you know. You might not even expect that you have to come or that has to happen, but Paramashiva, when you are ready to accept Paramashiva, he flows through you. So now take this small time that we have before we move into the next segment to create the intention to attend Mahaparamashivoham. So
Yes, thank you so much, Srinitya Paramesha Maharaj, for the wonderful demonstration of displaying the powers of third eye and consciousness over matter. Beautifully, Paramesha Maharaj showed and also explained that this power is just not for a few people, a few selected people. The science is being revealed to the whole world by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism so that you can manifest these powers. You can use these powers and manifest them in your day-to-day life. Change your cognition, change the way of your life from a mundane human life to that of a divine. As Paramesha Maharaj also very beautifully stated, don't think that, oh, there are only 2 more days for the Mahaparamashivam program. How is it possible for me to register? If you have the intention, then Cosmos will make the program happen for you. When you take just a couple of steps, 1 or 2 steps, to the extent amount which you can do to manifest the reality of Mahaparamashivam in your life, Swamiji will fulfill and stretch the rest 100 miles even if it's needed to make that reality happen for you. But only if that is your intention, only if that is what you want and you want to manifest that. When you decide if that is what you want, then Swamiji will make it happen for you. And so with this, please take a few moments to go ahead and register the link. The link is being projected below at .org to register for the Mahaparamashivoham program. And you can also take a few more minutes to share this live stream, share the live darshan of Bhagavan Venkateshwara with all your friends, all your families, because in just a couple of hours, we are going to be witnessing and having the darshan of Bhagavan Shri Venkateshwara. So with that, we're going to be entering the next segment of today's program, understanding what is the Bhava Samadhi Darshan and how the Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, what impact it can have on your life. What is the Bhava Samadhi Darshan? To begin with, let us understand and cognize that first, the divine cosmic beings, they are real. They are as physical as you and me. They are as physical as the table we sit on, the chair we use every day, the laptops and gadgets we have around us which we are using every day. They are as real, maybe even more real and physical as the reality which we currently think we are living in. They manifest from Kailasa, which is the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and through incarnations. The divine cosmic beings manifest through the Archavataras, which are the deities in the temples, and through the Bhava Samadhi Darshans as the Nijavataras, like the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, like the avatars. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan leads you to heightened neuron frequencies, resulting in a surge of superconscious energy that slows the aging process and improves immunity to diseases. Furthermore, this experience stimulates the whole brain, enabling it to function as a superconductor of conscious energy that has the power to heal, empower, and transform our lives. Through the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism awakens our Kundalini Shakti just by having a glimpse, just by having our eyes fall on him, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is vibrating in the highest frequency of reality. Even having a darshan of it enables the quantum entanglement, the mirroring of neurons to happen, where the brain neurons of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is mirrored in our brain and raises us also to the same frequency. This transformative process can cleanse past lifetimes of karmic impurities, leading to a breakthrough in superconscious energy. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan acts as a way to reset and rejuvenate your entire being. Here we have a Shastra Pramana describing the glory of Bhagavan Venkateshwara. The Pramana goes, Sahasra Shirasham Devam Vishwaksham Vishwashambhuvam Vishwam Narayanam Devam Aksharam Paramam Padam. The translation of this verse, in the Brahmanda Purana, the Sri Venkateshwara Sahasranamam contains the 1,008 names of Lord Venkatesha, which occurs under conversation between two great sages, Sage Vashishta and Sage Narada. The translation is in the Krita Yuga, Lord Narasimha, in the Treta Yuga, Lord Rama, in the Dwapara Yuga, Lord Krishna, and in the Kali Yuga, Lord Sri Venkateshwara. These are all called as the Pratyaksha Devams of each era, of each Yuga. Here we have the Atma Pramana, which is the experience of Bhagavan Venkateshwara in the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. In the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's own words, I have a very strong connection with Venkateshwara. My mother came to know that she was carrying me when she was on a pilgrimage to Venkateshwara temple in Tirupati. She did the Anga Pradakshina, which is the circumambulation of the temple by rolling on the floor around the temple. And after that, she vomited. Usually, people vomit after the Anga Pradakshina. Later, they gave her the prasada of the laddu, which is a fried Indian sweet. And after that also, again she started vomiting. Then the elders saw the pulse and confirmed that she was carrying. The first sweet I got is from Venkateshwara. I have a strong connection with Venkateshwara. These are the direct words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Here we have a short clip where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expands and directly talks about Bhagavan Venkateshwara.
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्. सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today, we inaugurate Venkateshwara's Brahmotsavam. We will be celebrating Venkateshwara's presence for next 15 days. This is the only Brahmotsavam done for 15 days. Usually all Brahmotsavams are 10 days. This is done for 15 days. We will be celebrating next 15 days Venkateshwara's Brahmotsavam. So, all of us will experience the powerful presence, intense presence of Venkateshwara, and all the auspicious things of Venkateshwara. Today I'll say a few words on Venkateshwara. Venkateshwara is one of the most powerful modern day incarnation. Incarnation happened in Kali Yuga. Vishnu came down to Seshadri and Bhudevi took birth as Batmavati, and they got married and stayed in the planet Earth with the body at least for 200 years and created a beautiful kingdom, blessing the devotees with wealth, health, all the auspicious things. Finally, decided to stand in Tirumala, making himself available to all the devotees still. Please understand the Tirumala Murti, Venkateshwara's Murti is his very body. It just became stone, that's all. That's why it is life size. The very body, how he is standing, he just became Archavatara. Archavatara means the incarnation to receive all the worship and devotion of the people. So the Srinivasa became Archavatara, standing in Tirumala and gracing the whole world, whole universe, showering wealth, health, and all the spiritual benefits. Now, I invoke his presence here and on all our satsang centers. I bless you all. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate and share the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Yes, very beautifully the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained and shared the Leela of Lord Venkateshwara happened on this planet Earth. Lord Venkateshwara is one of the most revered and most worshipped Devatas in Hinduism, a magnificent form of Lord Narayana happened on this planet Earth for us in this era, in this age. Lord Venkateshwara represents many powerful cognitions, powerful truths and realities, one of them being wealth. When we understand wealth, the common understanding everyone has about wealth is the currency, the amount of zeros in our bank balance, the amount of cash we have in our hand. Venkateshwara does not represent that wealth. The wealth Venkateshwara represents, the wealth which is taught and is defined in Hinduism, has a much more deeper meaning. Wealth extends beyond material possessions. It encompasses all aspects that enrich your life. Health, relationships, career fulfillment, mental well-being, inner peace. These are the indicators of your success in building wealth in every aspect of your life. Wealth refers to more than just money or currency. It also includes having a healthy body, a healthy life, having strong relationships, having fulfillment in your career, having mental well-being, and a sense of inner contentment. These aspects of life contribute to one's overall wealth and success in creating a fulfilling life. Wealth is a tool It is not inherently good or bad. When we talk about wealth, there is more than just what we understand. We fundamentally, the patterns, the engrams, the incompletions we have dictate the way we live our life. How we treat our body in our health, how we treat our relationships, that is the same way we treat our relationship with wealth. When our relationship with our body is fractured, that automatically reflects in our relationship with others, in our relationship with wealth, and in our relationship with life. The Supreme Pandava of Hinduism again says very beautifully, life is nothing but a mirror. The way your relationship is with one portion or one part of your life, that is the same way it will reflect in all the other fields and aspects of your life. If you are incomplete in one field of your life, it will reflect in all the other aspects in your life. And the same way, if you bring completion in a portion of your life, that will also reflect in all the other parts and aspects of your life. Wealth does not cause arrogance. It is a common misbelief, common misunderstanding every one of us carry, that wealth makes someone arrogant. Wealth makes someone prideful, egoful. The truth is that wealth itself does not cause any arrogance. Arrogant individuals will display their arrogance regardless of whatever they have, whether they have wealth or not. Arrogance itself is not a side effect of wealth. Another common disbelief we have is that deep inside of us, we label that poverty is a good quality. We have reverence and respect for poverty. So when we revere poverty and hate wealth, with this belief, how is it that we will ever manifest and generate wealth around us? This is one of the fundamental cognitions all of us are suffering from. Another misconception and common misunderstanding we have about wealth is handling wealth is more responsibility. You may feel uneasy about the idea of wealth, thinking that it might restrict your ability to get what you want. Perhaps you have observed wealthy individuals in your life who appear to have no time for themselves and thus have concluded that having this amount of wealth, having this enormous amount of currency makes you not available to yourself and to the people around you. To build a wealth consciousness which makes you wealth, but in the inner world as well, we need to break free from limiting beliefs about wealth. This is a crucial step in cultivating the wealth consciousness. By doing so, one can break free from the cycle of poverty and create a path of abundance for our life. What we understand and believe to be true becomes a reality, not our desires. This is where everywhere all of us as individuals face a major problem. We desire one thing, we want to achieve that, we want to manifest that in our life. But unfortunately, our beliefs, what we cognize, what we believe about ourselves is completely different, completely not aligned to what is our reality. You manifest your beliefs, not your desires. Beliefs shape our reality. If you believe that wealth equates to arrogance and wrongdoing, it will be difficult for you to manifest wealth in your life. Our desires are influenced by our root patterns and incompletions. To manifest wealth, it is important to have a positive, supportive belief system about wealth and about abundance. You are never going to manifest something which you hate. You will manifest only what you revere, what you have respect for, what you are attracted to. You say you want wealth, but you do not like the other ideas, and the ideas and qualities about wealth prevent you from manifesting wealth in your life. As we went over earlier, if you revere poverty, you are never going to manifest wealth. If you believe that wealth will make you arrogant, will make you prideful, you will also then never manifest wealth. Only if we complete all these incompletions and thought patterns, which we are going to be getting into, the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism has given a step-by-step process where we can complete all these patterns, misconceptions, and wrong thought currents and ideas about wealth. It is through this process only can we truly achieve the wealth that we want in our life. We are now going to be listening to the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism as He very beautifully takes us through the completion process of manifesting the wealth consciousness. Please come to the space of listening. Please keep all distractions, gadgets, everything aside and move from the space of hearing to listening. Because it is only in the space of listening can what Swamiji is going to share with all of us enter as a part of our being, as a part of our cognitions. If you need to, please take notes as well with a book and a paper. And let's get ready and listen to the satsang.
The first step we need to do, the first step we need to do, looking back, the gap between your desire and your cognitions, how you started perceiving wealth, money, how you started perceiving. I can tell you a small story. First time, how I was introduced to money and started interacting with money. I still remember my 3rd birthday. My father has given me a Ganesha who actually ate food. If you have read my biography, you would have read the incident. If you are interested, you can go to YouTube where I have narrated the whole story. I was given that Ganesha as a gift and I was so curious and busy with playing with the deity. And then in Indian village we have a habit, all the family elders will give coins on the birthday as a gift to the kids. So I was sitting and playing with my Ganesha and all the family elders came. I am supposed to bow down to them. It's a tradition. So I touch their feet and they will give money. A lot of money got collected. Must be some 70-80 rupees. In those days it's a big money. And for a kid it's a too big money. And it was too much of coins and notes, so my father helped me to pack the whole thing in a hand key. So I looked at him, what should I do with this? He said, you can buy whatever you want. I said, I don't need anything, I only wanted this Ganesha, you already gave it to me. I don't need anything. He said, then you can give it to anybody you want. So I just called all my cousins, brothers, everyone was playing. I grew up in a large joint family. 27 of us grew up together. So it's almost like a one school, small school. So all of them are playing. I called in my loud voice, hey, anybody wants, come and take this money? I don't want it. So 4 or 5 kids were running and my elder brother ran fast and took the whole thing, whole hand key. My father told me to tell my elder brother to share everyone, to share with all. I said, I have decided I don't want. And I said, whoever wants, take it. So he took it. How can I interfere in this after that? It's up to him. I will not even interfere, giving any further instruction to how they should share or who should share and all that. I said, I don't want. That's my first relationship with money. I still see very clearly that's the same relationship. Still I don't touch money. I don't handle. Never felt the need. Anyhow, I am not saying this should be your pattern or this should be your... I am just giving you an example of how I started relating with. So now dig out how you started relating with money. That was actually my completion with money. I touched first time money only to give dana. Still I am doing the same thing. Still I touch money only to give dana. How you cognized money, wealth, what all your perceptions and beliefs and cognitions about money. Let's dig out. Let's get them out first. Does it bring tremendous pain, suffering, impossibility, all that in you? What is the emotion or energy it invokes in you? So put your pen to paper and just keep writing whatever comes to your mind. If you feel tortured, irritated, the moment you think of money, whatever you think, money is difficult, money is impossible, money is, unless you cheat, you can't get the money. Even if you cheat it, somebody will cheat from you. So much goes on inside you about money. Your incompletions with money. Just spend few minutes and let's dig out all the incompletions, mental patterns we have, perceptions, beliefs and cognitions we have about money. Listen, the first step we need to do now, cleaning up, completing these mental thought patterns, the incompletion patterns related to wealth, and stopping them from recurring. Please understand. Biggest problem is when you do not recognize something as a pattern, it continues to exist in you and recur. Please understand. Recurring, for example, today you remember, yes, I have a lot of incompletions and patterns. Incompletion means, let me define. Your past sitting in your present, not letting you live your future is incompletion. It has no logic. Love of somebody, you decide never to love again. It has no logic. Tons of negative decisions, cognitions you make about life is incompletion. I'll give you one small example. 8-year-old kid is in the classroom. Teacher asks, who is the first Prime Minister of India? The kid jumps on the bench and shouts, Mahatma Gandhi. Naturally, the whole class laughs. Because Mahatma Gandhi is not, neither is Mahatma nor he is first Prime Minister. Okay, that you leave it. When the whole class laughs, she decides never to come in the front, jump up and be active. Even after 50 years, if she becomes a CEO of a company, in the team meeting, she will be telling her ideas to somebody else and somebody else will be presenting. Even if she is the head of the meeting, she will continue to suffer the decision she made at the age of 8. How many of you see this is happening even in your life in some form? That is what I call incompletion. Understand, there is a very powerful science by Sadashiva in Agama. Sadashiva is the first guru, Adi Guru. He explains in Agama. Of course, the moment I utter this word, many will have many questions. What? Sadashiva? He was supposed to be God. Was he Guru? He was supposed to be energy. Was he teaching? Let me be very clear. He is the pure consciousness beyond time and space, but he also assumed form within the time and space. The formless came in form many times and taught the great spiritual truths to the world. We should not even use the word was. Is the right word. He gives a beautiful science of completing with this incompletion patterns, known, unknown. Understand, if you know the reason for certain pattern, it is called known pattern. If you don't know, it is unknown pattern. Sometimes you will have a heaviness, suffocation, but you don't even know why. That is unknown pattern. Sometimes you know why you are going through what you are going through. That is known pattern. Known or unknown, you can complete. You can be out of it. It is possible. It is possible. I'll explain this science of completion. Understand, this one technique can help you whether you want to get rid of your headache or your whole ignorance and get into enlightenment. Whether you want as simple as healing your headache or as complicated as enlightenment. Anything, this one technique can give you. This one technique, it is a complete end-to-end, alpha to omega. It's from Sadashiva directly. In the Agama, 94th verse, 22nd technique. The chapter is called Shivajnanopanishad and also called as Vijnana Bhairava. Chittat yanta kritir nasti mamantar bhavayet iti vigalpanam abhavena vigalpair uchito bhavet. You don't have to remember. I am uttering every time so that I will remember. That's all. No, it is just to keep the purity of the teaching. I want all of you to know, whatever I am sharing with you is my personal enlightenment experience, which is in tune with the earlier master's experience. My apta pramana, my atma pramana in tune with the apta pramana, means the earlier masters. The Shastra Pramana. Only that can become your Sakshi Pramana. Never learn from a person who does not have Atma Pramana, enlightenment. He will be only Pandit, repeating. Same way, never learn from a person who claims yes, enlightenment, but does not keep his experience in tune with the Shastra Pramana and shares with you. It's always dangerous. Maybe it must have been good for him, but we don't know whether it is good for all of you. The Atma Pramana should always be acid washed with Apta Pramana, Shastra Pramana. Only that can become Sakshi Pramana, experiential reality for you. Never learn from anybody who has only knowledge not experience. Same way, never learn from somebody who claims having only experience and does not connect, purify, make it in tune with the Shastra and presents it to you. There is always a danger. If you don't bother about the Shastra Pramana, you may be having kakka biryani. Be careful. Listen. To keep the purity of the teachings, I keep the original Sanskrit verses. I'll give you the translation now. Consciously feel within the mind stuff of past memories of incompletion with its mind, intellect and ego not existing in me. By contemplating this way in your inner space, disidentify from the past impressions and memories of completion. Put your active attention at the space of past happening. Relive these imagined impressions and memories of incompletion. Then the mind stop having fully ceased from its present characteristics of forming thought patterns and cognitions is complete.
Yes, very beautifully the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on giving his own Atma Pramana, his own relationship with wealth, and how he, from a very young age, handled wealth with a very liberated relationship. Swamiji also gave the process for us to come to completion with our wealth consciousness and build a wealth consciousness for all of ourselves. Identify all the places, all the thought currents you have against wealth. Pen them down and sit and do the completion process. Find the root thought current, root incident when these thoughts, when these cognitions started manifesting in you. After completing all those root thought currents and root cognitions, this is your goal in your life for the next 3 months. In the field of wealth, in the field of health, in the field of relationships, pen down your goal for the next 3 months. And with this pace of completion, declare and you will be able to simply manifest whatever goals you set for yourself. And so now with this, please take the next couple of minutes to sit and do this completion process intensely and sincerely while we get ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. As we enter into the break, please take the next few minutes to sit and do this completion process intensely. We will see you shortly after.
Nityanandam. We welcome all the Facebook, YouTube live viewers also. Nityanandam to every single one of you that have tuned in right now. And of course, the participants who are getting ready, prepared for the Paramashivam program. They all have been having the program happening from morning, preparing and learning so many wonderful, powerful cognitions, learning about love and how to move from your head to heart, move from selfish love to selfless love. We also that can transform our love and help us reach higher uh, existence just using the power of love. So today we all are going to be experiencing one of the most favorite darshans, everyone, which is the Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan. The Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan is where we are going to be experiencing literally the Vaikuntha Loka opening up. Literally, all of us are going to be experiencing Parandama himself in the physical form. And it's something very, very, very sweet. All of our wealth obstacles or any incompletions related to wealth, and if you're not able to manifest wealth, all that will just like a flood, he'll just rush into your being and just clear up everything and just break all those powerless cognitions. So it's very, very exciting that today we are going to be having the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Bhagavan Venkateshwara, and all the participants that are there with us. How many of you have experienced Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan before? Take a moment and share. How many of you have experienced Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan before? Actually, even the participants of Paramashivam that are sitting with us, you all can also go to YouTube and post in the YouTube comment section. We are now live on YouTube. So take a few minutes and you can post how, if you have experienced before, then you can go and post it on YouTube as well as Facebook, how you have experienced the Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Okay, SC1 Robel, Zaya, Ma Sangavasini, Omkar Mane. So all of you have experienced. What about all others? Come on, all of you post on the chat. How many of you have experienced the Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan before? Take a few minutes, go to the YouTube live comment section and post it on the live YouTube if you have had the experience of Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Nithyananda, Ma Eva Pillai, nice to see you. Ma Anna and Ma Sophia, Ma Sally Shen. Exactly during darshan time, I see suddenly like so many of you just appears for the darshan. I know because it's the most awaited moment for all of us.
And every time, see, please understand, the darshans that we watch, the darshans that we are seeing, like Swamiji said, darshans have no past, present, or future. It just is happening. It is happening in the present. So once Swamiji gives a darshan, it happens for an eternity of the cosmos. So now let us all understand what this Bhava Samadhi darshan is. Please understand the whole experience that we are all having, the space, the initiation that we are all having. For every one of us, when you just sit in the darshan, no matter you may have all the stress, tension from the office, or you may have any number of issues, stress, anything that's running in you. But when you sit in the darshan, right, that space that we all experience, that whole sweetness, that oneness induced into your system will heal all the other stress that runs through your body.
And now, because we are going to be experiencing the powerful Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, this is going to specifically manifest the will as a huge breakthrough for you. How many of you here want to manifest will? Okay, many of you raising your hands. Come on, you all can put it on the YouTube live chat section. Whoever wants to manifest will, put it in the YouTube live chat section now. Please go to YouTube and post it in the YouTube live chat section. Whoever wants to, every time, whenever this Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, I see Ma Venkateshananda. She'll be like one of the first people like jumping up and saying yes, because I think Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a favorite one for so many of us.
Actually,
okay, so
Bhagavan Venkateshwara is such a powerful happening in the cosmos. Please understand why we say about manifesting wealth or love or relationships with Bhagavan Venkateshwara is his happening. He's called the Pratyaksha Avatara. A fun fact for everyone who is watching this video right now. The Tirupati Venkateshwara that we all see is called the Pratyaksha Murti because that Venkateshwara is not carved. He is not hand carved. If you actually go and see the deity, it's like a 6-foot tall deity that will be standing, and there'll be Padmavati and Lakshmi on his either sides. He is called the Pratyaksha Daiva of the Kali Yuga because his form, as he was, the king actually goes and prays to him. He says, Prabhu, please remain here eternally and rule your Samrajya. So he just becomes stone there as it is.
It's his physical body. It's his physical body that became that standing as a deity. And during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, the physical form of Venkateshwara will actually be manifesting through Swamiji.
And the Tirupati Venkateshwara Balaji, he's so like loved by devotees, like so famous, one of the most popular Hindu gods we can say. And people go to him and thousands of people flock just to have a glimpse of his form. And literally that entire rush in Tirupati, Tirupati is the main temple of Venkateshwara. So to have his darshan, there'll be so much of rush. By the time you can chant Govinda 3 times, you'll literally be just pushed through the crowd. And here we all get to sit in the presence, sit in our couch, at the fingertips. We all get to enjoy wherever we are and have the darshan of Venkateshwara's form for so long. It's a feast to our very being.
And now, very nice. I see many of you who posted, whoever wants to manifest well. Tatiana has posted, Slantika saying she wants to manifest SJP Karta and wealth manifestation for that. Gayatri Bala, Richard, Tanja Devarne, Hiranmai, great. Now, I'm going to share something that you first, now all of you have posted, and once the darshan start also, I recommend that all of you post even once as soon as the darshan starts. Post this prayer that you're having. But the space you should be in, see, even if it's just a penny, like 1 rupee or $1, whatever is your currency, $1 or 1 rupee or 1 ringgit, just 1 unit of your currency, just offer it to Venkateshwara. Understand, when you offer something, the way your being would open up will be much more, much more. That is why you will always see that any temples, especially Tirupati Balaji temple, you will see people will just go offer everything, whatever jewels they are wearing. It's called as Niluvutopuri. Just take a moment now. You have an option on the YouTube itself. If you just go to YouTube, that live chat section, you will see an option like a money symbol will be shown, like a dollar symbol will be shown. Just click on that. Offer even the least amount you want to offer also. Offer, but offer. I see Hamsa Nithyananda has offered. Good. Anybody, all the Sanghavasini, Gabby Haim, and yeah, so all those whoever wants to manifest, first offer. This is an offering you are doing for the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Just $1 or $2. That's enough. Like just even $1. Go ahead and offer. It's very easy. Okay, see, Kiranmai has offered 200 Canadian dollars. Tanja Devane has offered 2 euros. That's wonderful, 2 pounds. Wonderful. Now, this is like you're doing a e-hundi offering. Whatever you want, just pray to Bhagavan Venkateshwara. Let Bhagavan Venkateshwara shower on us. Just offer. Tatiana, you'll actually see, you're asking where is this link? You'll actually see it in the comment section. I see Venkateshananda, Gayatri Bala. So many of you offering. Just offer to Bhagavan Venkateshwara now. Hold the prayer. First pray. Go down to Bhagavan Venkateshwara and just pray to him to manifest. First, you offer your gratitude. Actually, first offer your gratitude, then you do your prayer. It's not, see, this is not a transaction. You're not giving him something so that he gives you a boon. No. Offer it from the space of deep gratitude. Surrender to him and offer. Then post your prayer, what you want to manifest. Nice to see Jinho, Richard Aya, so many of you. So many of you have offered. It's very nice. Now, in the same way, see, still others, whoever raised your hands for manifesting wealth, just start, do this in just a few more moments. We are going to be entering into the Bhava Samadhi Darshan itself. Now, from this space, from this beautiful space you are in, visualize what you want to manifest. Visualize what you want to manifest. Okay, good. I see many of you doing it. Visualize how much, whatever you want to manifest. Like, for example, you want to become a SJP Karta, and you're seeing that if you have a breakthrough in this, if you have a breakthrough in this, simply wealth will manifest. You can become an SJP Karta. Visualize that it has already happened. Now, from this space, from this visualization, now offer this prayer also at the feet of Swamiji. You all can post it and offer it at the feet of Swamiji.
Every one of you, go ahead and offer. Understand it is not that $1 or that one currency is making a difference, but your actions, for your decision to take that one step to offer, that does make a difference. That is why in Tirupati, there's a very beautiful tradition, like you were saying, right? The Niluvu Topidi. Venkateshwara is known to snatch away our karmas. Like, he will just, any karmas, people go there, they take a prayer, they say, okay, Venkateshwara, I want to manifest this, let me give this to you. And he will just snatch away all your karmas and he shower you with the goods. He is known, he is the Lord of wealth. He is Srinivasa who has Lakshmi in his heart. That is why he's called Srinivasa, the place where Lakshmi resides. So the darshan is the most powerful happening, especially Venkateshwara darshan. He's the Pratyaksha Daiva, means you can literally experience him, you can interact with him. One of the most divine manifestations of Bhagavan Venkateshwara, and all of us are having the Pratyaksha darshan, means seeing Swamiji, the Nijavatara, manifesting Bhagavan Venkateshwara's form. So Ma Brahmajnana is saying, Ma Brahmanyana is so thankful for all the blessings that showered constantly.
Okay.
Absolutely, Ma. And Ma Yoga Vedanti is saying thank you for the beloved Swamiji and Venkateshwara. And okay, Christian Jones is saying, I want to manifest 20,000 pounds for Paramashivam. Ayya, understand? This space is like extremely sacred space. Whatever you utter, whatever you want to manifest, it will react. You have that here. Please that the moment you made the declaration here, the cosmos has already listened to it. You have recorded your request in the cosmos. Like how in Amazon, you go and put your purchase order, you just go and say, okay, this is what you add to your shopping cart, and then you confirm. This is literally like that. And the cosmos will deliver your request to you. The space is very, very powerful. Every one of you here, in the next 20-30 minutes of your time, every intention that you create is going to be resonating in the cosmos, and cosmos is going to be attending to your request. Consciously decide every boon that you want to manifest. Now, it is time for all of us to enter into the Bhava Samadhi.
Now, all those people, whoever has, I'm seeing so many of you, Mark, Zlantika, Eleanor Mayer, and see Heaven Fighter. I'm sorry, I do not know your exact name. And Bhagwan Singh Ji and Yoga Vedantini Vesantekiste. Great. Very nice to see so many of you have offered. This is the E-Hundi offering you have done. Now, you post the prayer that what you want to manifest, post that prayer also. After you post the prayer, drop even that wand, that which is sitting inside you, just leave it to Venkateshwara. Just remember it as it is done. Just leave it to Bhagavan Venkateshwara. And from this space, just sit and okay, I'm seeing some of you are not able to post it here. Okay, now just sit in the space, deeply connect, melt in the space of gratitude. Drop all your wants and needs. Just be in the space of absolute gratitude and settle down. Let us all get ready for receiving the darshan of Bhagavan Venkateshwara. We'll now be chanting the Dhyana Shloka of Bhagavan Venkateshwara from every other want that you're having. Post all of that as prayers in the comments and leave it at that. Just enter into the space of gratitude. Drop your expectation. Drop saying, okay, is it going to happen? Can I do this? Can I do that? Drop everything else.
And also, the next 20 minutes that you're going to be having is your experience. Understand the next 20 minutes. Sit with a deep meditative space of gratitude. Every moment that you're having, you're literally having like a magical wand in your hands to write, create whatever you want as reality. Now, in this same space of gratitude, let us all enter into the Dhyana Shloka. We will now be meditating on the form of Bhagavan Srinivasa Venkateshwara as we all enter the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. कामयध्वज सुधा कलश पत्र वज्रां कुंशाम्बुरूह कल्पक शंख चक्रैः हव्यैरङ्कृतकलौ परतत्त्वचिह्नैः श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये
ताम्रोदरद्युतिपराजितपद्मरागौ बाह्यैर्महोभिरविभूतमहेन्द्रनीलौ उद्यन्नकांशुभिरुदस्तशशाङ्क भासौ श्रीवेङ्कटेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये ॐ परमशिवम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवो ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवो enter into a deep meditative space, and let us all get ready to receive the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Bhagavan Venkateshwara through the Nijavatara, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Please close your eyes and continue to chant the Mahava.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
Nithyananda Govinda Hari Nithyananda Govinda 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 Ananda Keshava 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 Govinda Hari Nithyananda Govinda Nanda Nandana Govinda Hari Nithyananda Govinda Nanda Nandana Govinda Hari Nithyananda Govinda Navanita Chora Govinda Hari Nithyananda Govinda నిత్యానంద గోవింద నవనీత చోర గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద వేణు విలోల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద వేణు విలోల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద విజయ గోపాల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద విజయ గోపాల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద వేణు విలోల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద వేణు విలోల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద విజయ గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద విజయ గోపాల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద నిత్యానంద 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 గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద ఆనంద కేశవ గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద ఆనంద కేశవ గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద నందనందన గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద నందనందన గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద నవనీత చోర గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద నవనీత చోర గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద వేణు విలోల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద వేణు విలోల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద విజయ గోపాల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద విజయ గోపాల గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద నిత్యానంద గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద నిత్యానంద గోవింద హరి నిత్యానంద గోవింద
తిరుమలవాస నిత్యపురీశ తిరుమలవాస నిత్యపురీశ తిరుమలవాస నిత్యపురీశ తిరుమలవాస నిత్యపురీశ దేవాదిదేవ నిత్య గోవింద దేవాదిదేవ నిత్య గోవింద దేవాదిదేవ నిత్య గోవింద దేవాదిదేవ నిత్య గోవింద పుష్కరిణి తడవాస నిత్యానంద పుష్కరిణి తడవాస నిత్యానంద పుష్కరిణి తడవాస నిత్యానంద పుష్కరిణి తడవాస నిత్యానంద పుణ్యమూర్తి నిత్య గోవింద పుణ్యమూర్తి నిత్య గోవింద పుణ్యమూర్తి నిత్య గోవింద పుణ్యమూర్తి నిత్య గోవింద నిత్యానంద గోవింద నిత్యపురివాస గోవింద Purivasa Govinda Nithyananda Govinda Nitya Purivasa Govinda Tirumalavasa Nitya Puresha Tirumalavasa Nitya Puresha Tirumalavasa Nitya Puresha Tirumalavasa Nitya Puresha Devadideva Nitya Govinda Devadideva Nitya Govinda Devadideva Nitya Govinda Devadideva Nitya Govinda Asa Nithyananda Tadavasa Nithyananda Pushkarini Tadavasa Nithyananda Pushkarini Tadavasa Nithyananda Punyamurti Nitya Govinda Punyamurti Nitya Govinda Punyamurti Nitya Govinda Punyamurti Nitya Govinda Nithyananda Govinda Nitya Purivasa Govinda Nithyananda Govinda Nitya Govinda Nithyananda Govinda Nitya Purivasa Nithyananda Govinda Nitya Purivasa Govinda Nithyananda 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 Govinda Tirumalavasa Nitya Puresha
बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला बोलो जय जय विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला नित्य नारायणा रंग रंग 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 विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय 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 विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण नाम नित्येश्वर 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 विठ्ठला गोपाल कृष्ण नाम नित्यानंद 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 विठ्ठला श्रीरंग विठ्ठला नित्य रंग 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 विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला नित्य नारायणा रंग रंग विठ्ठला नित्य नारायणा रंग रंग विठ्ठला बोलो
विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय 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 विठ्ठला नित्य नारायण रंग रंग 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 विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण नाम नित्येश्वर 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 विठ्ठला गोपाल कृष्ण नाम नित्यानंद 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 विठ्ठला श्रीरंग विठ्ठला नित्य रंग 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 विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय 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 विठ्ठला नित्य नारायण रंग रंग 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 विठ्ठला बोलो नारायण जय जय 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 विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण नाम नित्येश्वर विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण नाम नित्येश्वर विठ्ठला गोपाल कृष्ण नाम नित्यानंद विठ्ठला गोपाल कृष्ण नाम नित्यानंद विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण नाम नित्येश्वर विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण नाम नित्येश्वर विठ्ठला गोपाल कृष्ण नाम नित्यानंद विठ्ठला गोपाल कृष्ण नाम नित्यानंद विठ्ठला श्रीरंग विठ्ठला नित्य रंग 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 विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला नित्य नारायण रंग रंग विठ्ठला नित्य नारायण रंग रंग विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय 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 विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण नाम नित्येश्वर 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 विठ्ठला गोपाल कृष्ण नाम नित्यानंद 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 विठ्ठला श्रीरंग विठ्ठला नित्य रंग 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 विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला गोविंदा गोपाला नित्यानंद हरी 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 नित्यानंद हरी नित्यानंद हरी
Krite tu Narasimhohu, Tretayam Raghunandana, Vapare Vasudevascha, Kalau Venkata Nayaka. All of us were just blessed with the darshan of the Pratyaksha Avatara of the Kali Yuga, Venkateshwara, Bhagavan Shri Venkateshwara himself.
And whatever you wanted, all the wealth, all the auspiciousness you wanted, whatever prayers you put, you will see how Venkateshwara, Bhagavan Venkateshwara, Parandama is going to just shower you. You are so blessed to have his beautiful melting darshan just now. Just enjoy the space. Any action, any step, or any offering you do now from this space will make you into a wealth magnet. Any action that you take now as a step to offer something will make you into a wealth magnet. With this most auspicious blessing, all of us just receive his darshan. The Kalau Venkatat Nayaka, avatar for Kali Yuga. He himself came in the physical form to the Nijavatara. Now all of us were blessed by him.
And blessed are all of us because we have an opportunity to have the darshans of all of these deities through the Nijavatara, the embodied form of each of these deities.
Now with this, with all the viewers that have joined us through the Facebook and YouTube, now we're going to be continuing with the Mahaparamashivam program, and we invite each one of you actually during the Mahaparamashivam program that's starting from day after tomorrow. All of us will have 9 Diksha, two-way video conferencing, receive Swamiji's darshans. So whoever wants to experience this, please sign up now for Mahaparamashivam. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll meet with all of you again tomorrow around the same time. Thank you, Nithyananda.